Hello and welcome to Senior Vitality. I'm Dr. Edwardher. Imagine this for a moment. You're at the grocery store carefully selecting bright, colorful fruits. You choose them because for your entire life you've been told they are nature's candy, the cornerstone of a healthy diet. You're doing the right thing for your heart, your brain, and your future. But what if I told you that for those of us over 60, this simple healthy habit could be quietly working against you? What if some of these very fruits, due to changes in our bodies that come with age, could be contributing to the risk of a stroke, memory loss, or a dangerous interaction with your essential medications? This isn't about fear-mongering. This is about providing you with crucial life-saving knowledge that you may not hear anywhere else. As a physician who has dedicated decades to understanding the complexities of aging, I've seen too many health crises that could have been prevented with the right information. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on 9 common fruits. We'll explore not just what the risks are, but why they exist for seniors. And most importantly, how you can continue to enjoy nature's bounty safely and wisely. This knowledge doesn't just protect you, it empowers you. So let's begin. 1. Bananas, the potassium paradox. We've all heard it. Bananas are the perfect food. They're soft, packed with potassium, and even carry a heart-healthy label. For a person in their 30s or 40s, that's largely true. But after 60, the way our body processes minerals undergoes a significant shift. The core issue is potassium. As we age, our kidney function, measured by what we call the glomerular filtration rate, GFR, naturally and gradually declines. This means our kidneys become less efficient at filtering excess minerals from the blood. If you're also taking common medications for high blood pressure like ACE inhibitors, e.g. lisinopril, or angiotensin II receptor blockers, ARBs, e.g. losartan, your body retains even more potassium. A single large banana can contain over 450 milligallons of potassium. If your kidneys can't clear it fast enough, it can lead to a condition called hyperkalemia, or high potassium in the blood. This is a serious medical issue that can disrupt the heart's electrical rhythm, potentially leading to arrhythmia, and in a vulnerable system, increasing the risk of clot formation. A story of hidden risk, Mr. Raymond. I'll never forget my patient. Mr. Raymond, a 66-year-old retired carpenter. He was proud of his health regimen: oatmeal with a sliced banana every morning, washed down with his blood pressure pills. One morning, his wife found him collapsed. He'd had an ischemic stroke. His blood work revealed dangerously high potassium levels that had interfered with his heart's rhythm overnight. His healthy routine combined with his medication created a perfect storm. He had no idea the combination was a risk. The Senior Vitality Guideline. This doesn't mean bananas are forbidden. It means we must be intelligent about them. Know your numbers. Ask your doctor about your latest kidney function test, your GFR. Portion and pairing: limit yourself to half a banana a day. Critically, never eat it alone. Pair it with a source of protein and fat like Greek yogurt or a handful of walnuts. This slows the absorption of both sugar and potassium. Timing is key. Enjoy it in the morning or early afternoon, not before bed when your circulation naturally slows down. 2. Grapes. The sweet road to inflammation. Grapes are the ultimate easy snack. Sweet, juicy, and poppable. But their convenience is also their danger. They are a concentrated sugar bomb. A cup of grapes can contain over 23 grams of sugar. For an aging body with decreasing insulin sensitivity, this is a significant load. When you consume this much sugar quickly, your blood glucose spikes. Your body responds with a surge of insulin. This roller coaster, repeated over time, does more than just stress your pancreas. It causes systemic inflammation. Specifically, the excess sugar molecules can attach to proteins in your body in a process called glycation, forming harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, AGs. These AGs are particularly damaging to the delicate collagen in the walls of your blood vessels, making them stiff, brittle, and prone to tiny tears. Your body's response: to form a clot to patch the tear. In a narrow aging artery, that patch can become a full-blown blockage, a stroke. Mrs. Jeanette's healthy habit. Mrs. Jeanette Morris, an 80-year-old retired teacher, loved her bowl of red grapes every morning. She avoided processed foods and thought this was the ideal snack. Then came the transient ischemic attack, TIA, or mini-stroke, that blurred her vision and stole her words. Her long-term blood sugar marker, the A1C, had crept into the pre-diabetic range, fueled by years of these sugar spikes that promoted vascular inflammation. The Senior Vitality Guideline. Treat grapes like dessert. Think of them as a treat, not a free-for-all snack. Pair for protection. Always eat them with fiber, protein, or fat. A few grapes with a slice of cheese or a handful of almonds is a far safer bet. Portion control. A small handful is a serving, not a large bowl. 3. Pineapple. The acidic enzyme complication. Pineapple feels like a tropical vacation. We love it for its sweetness and the enzyme bromelain, which is often touted as a digestive aid. However, this is a double-edged sword for seniors. Bromelain has fibrinolytic properties, meaning it can break down fibrin, a protein that is essential for blood clotting. While this can be beneficial if you are already taking an anticoagulant like warfarin or an antiplatelet drug like Plavix or aspirin, adding a significant dietary source of a blood-thinning agent can create a synergistic effect, making your blood too thin. This dramatically increases the risk of a hemorrhagic stroke, a bleed in the brain. Furthermore, pineapple is highly acidic. For many seniors, this can trigger silent acid reflux, especially when eaten at night. This isn't the classic heartburn. It's a laryngopharyngeal reflux that can cause microaspiration into the lungs while you sleep, leading to inflammation and drops in blood oxygen that stress the brain. The Senior Vitality Guideline. Medication awareness. If you are on any blood thinner, speak to your doctor or pharmacist about pineapple and other foods high in bromelain or vitamin K. Also, daytime, only enjoy pineapple in small quantities earlier in the day to avoid nighttime acid reflux. Avoid canned in syrup. Canned pineapple, especially in heavy syrup, is a pure sugar hit without the benefits. Choose fresh in moderation. 4. Watermelon. The dehydration deception. It's 92% water. How can it be bad? This is a common and logical question. Watermelon is indeed hydrating, but it's also a powerful natural diuretic. It makes you urinate more frequently. For a young person, this is no big deal. But if you're a senior, perhaps already taking a prescribed diuretic water pill for blood pressure or heart failure, this effect is compounded. You can lose too much fluid, especially overnight. This leads to dehydration, which causes hemoconcentration. Your blood actually becomes thicker, more viscous and sludgy. Think of trying to push honey through a thin straw versus water. Thick blood moves sluggishly through narrow, aging arteries, dramatically increasing the chance for a clot to form while you sleep, when your blood pressure is naturally at its lowest. Howard's summer snack. Surprise. Mr. Howard Larkin, 82, loved his nightly slices of watermelon to stay hydrated. He was also on a diuretic. One morning he tried to stand and collapsed from severe vertigo caused by a small ischemic stroke. His blood was thick from dehydration, a direct result of the combined diuretic effect of his medication and his favorite fruit. The Senior Vitality Guideline. Electrolyte balance. If you eat watermelon, consider adding a pinch of salt to your next glass of water, or having an electrolyte drink to replace what you're losing, not just the water. Check with your doctor. If you take diuretics, ask if a daily watermelon habit is safe for you. Watch for warnings. Morning dizziness or a persistent dry mouth are not normal signs of aging. They are warnings of potential dehydration. 5. Grapefruit and oranges. The medication interference. This is one of the most critical and under-discussed interactions. Citrus fruits, particularly grapefruit and to a lesser extent Seville oranges and tangelos, contain compounds called furanocoumarins. These compounds block a crucial enzyme in your small intestine and liver called CYP3A4. This enzyme is responsible for breaking down and metabolizing roughly 50% of all prescription drugs, including common statins for cholesterol, calcium, channel blockers for blood pressure, and many psychiatric medications. When you block this enzyme, the medication isn't cleared from your body. It builds up to potentially toxic levels. You might be taking the correct dose, but your body is experiencing a massive overdose. This can cause muscle damage from statins, a dangerous drop in blood pressure, or other severe side effects, all of which create instability in the body that can precipitate a stroke. The Senior Vitality Guideline, the Grapefruit Rule. If you are on any prescription medication, but especially statins or blood pressure drugs, consider grapefruit to be off limits until you have a specific conversation with your pharmacist or doctor. Oranges in moderation. Regular oranges have a much weaker effect, but can still contribute. A whole orange is better than juice, which is a concentrated source of sugar and these compounds. Don't wash your pills down with orange juice. Ask the expert. Your pharmacist is an expert in drug-food interactions. Bring them a list of your regular foods and ask. An apple a day keeps the doctor away was coined when apples were smaller tartar and had a very different nutritional profile. The apples we see today, Honeycrisp Fuji Gala, have been selectively bred for one thing: extreme sweetness. They have a high glycemic load, meaning they dump sugar into your bloodstream nearly as fast as a candy bar. This triggers the same inflammatory vessel-damaging cycle of ages we discussed with grapes. The Senior Vitality Guideline. Choose tart over sweet opt for Granny Smith apples, which are lower in sugar and higher in beneficial polyphenols that protect blood vessels. Always with the peel, the fiber and nutrients are concentrated in the skin. The protein buffer. Like with grapes, eating apple slices with a tablespoon of almond butter or a piece of cheese blunts the sugar spike and makes it a much more stable source of energy for your body and brain. Cherries are rightly praised for their anti-inflammatory properties. They are fantastic for easing arthritic pain. But why are they anti-inflammatory? Because they are a rich natural source of salicylates, the same class of compounds as aspirin. This is another case of a dangerous synergistic effect. If you are already on a daily low-dose aspirin regimen or taking other blood thinners, adding a large daily portion of cherries or cherry juice concentrate can thin your blood too much. This again raises the risk of a devastating hemorrhagic stroke. Daniel's natural dessert. Mr. Daniel Rhodes, 84, was on a daily aspirin after a mild heart attack. He read about cherries for inflammation and began eating a large bowl every night. He was soon hospitalized for a brain bleed. His blood was simply too thin to clot properly after a tiny vessel ruptured, a combined effect of his prescription and his healthy dessert. The Senior Vitality Guideline. Mindful moderation. A small handful of fresh cherries now and then is perfectly fine and healthy for most. I'll avoid concentrates. Cherry juice concentrate is a highly potent source of salicylates and sugar. Avoid it if you are on blood thinners. Holistic medication review. When your doctor asks what medications you take, you must also include regular high-dose natural remedies like cherry supplements. Strawberries consistently top the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list, meaning they carry one of the highest loads of pesticide residues of any produce. As we age, our detoxification systems, primarily the liver and kidneys, become less robust. We are more susceptible to the bioaccumulation of toxins. These chemical residues can contribute to oxidative stress and neuroinflammation, which are underlying factors in nearly all neurodegenerative diseases and vascular events like stroke. Go organic. For strawberries, this is not a luxury. It is a crucial health choice. The extra cost is an investment in reducing your toxic load. Wash thoroughly. Even organic berries should be washed well. Frozen is a great option. Organic frozen strawberries are just as nutritious and are often more affordable. They are perfect for adding to a protein smoothie. Dried fruit is often marketed as a healthy high-fiber snack, but it is perhaps the most deceptive of all. When you remove the water from fruit, you are left with an incredibly concentrated source of sugar and potassium. A small box of raisins can have as much sugar as a can of soda. A few dates can spike your blood sugar dramatically. Prunes are very high in potassium. For seniors, dried fruit combines the sugar risk of grapes with the potassium risk of bananas into one convenient and dangerous package. The Senior Vitality Guideline. Use as a garnish, not a snack. A couple of chopped dates in your oatmeal or a few raisins in a salad is fine. Grabbing a handful as a snack is a mistake. Read the label. Many trail mixes are loaded with sugar-sweetened dried fruits and candies. Unregistrate your thinking. If you want the fiber of a prune, it's safer to just eat a plum. Opt for whole fresh fruit with its water content intact. The purpose of this discussion was not to make you afraid of your fruit bowl. It is to transform you from a passive consumer into an informed, empowered CEO of your own health. The simple truth is that what was healthy for you at 30 needs to be reevaluated at 70 or 80. The key is not elimination, but intelligent moderation and personalization. 1. Know your body. Understand your kidney function and your blood sugar sensitivity. 2. Know your medications. Be aware of how they work and their potential interactions. 3. Know your food. Pay attention to portion size, timing, and pairing your foods wisely. Your health is your most precious asset. By embracing this nuanced knowledge, you are taking a powerful step in protecting your brain, your independence, and your vitality for all the years to come. Thank you for joining me on Senior Vitality. Be well and be wise.